Welcome back to my full guideline for how I get free PS3 games. Now, like I said, this is broken up into 5 different videos. The first 4 videos are 4 different tactics that I use to get PS3 games, and the 5th video is going to be a video of 10 guidelines for you to follow while following these tactics. So just a quick recap. Let's go through the first 3 tactics that we've been through so far. Tactic number 1 was buying a PS3 bundle at a cheap price. And when you buy the PS3 bundle, you take out of that bundle the games that you want, and you leave the games that you don't want in that same bundle, and you resell it at the price that you bought it or less. That way the games that you took out are now free, and you might even be able to make a profit. Tactic number 2 was buying more than one game for the price of one. Tactic number 3 was to directly or indirectly trade video games which you have gotten for free, and they're doubles in your collection, meaning you have more than one copy of that particular game in your collection, thereby gaining access to a new game that you wanted for free. And if you missed tactic number 3, you may click on it right here, and it will lead you to tactic number 2 and tactic number 1 if you missed that as well. Now for tactic number 4. Tactic number 4 is a little bit more technical, but it's something that I use all the time because it's basically a safety net for me. So what is tactic number 4 for me is that I break up the sales of the PS3 system itself and the PS3 games that came with it, or the bundle that came with it. So for instance, that PS3 that you saw in tactic number 1, I bought that system for about $340. It came with about 20 games. That took about 5 for me, and there was about 15 left or 14 left. Now, when I came to sell it, I initially put it online for about $400. I didn't see a lot of responses. Not a lot of people were answering, and I got a lot of scam mail. And I'm going to go into this identifying scams in my 10-point guideline with regards to these tactics. But getting back to the point, I kept getting a lot of scam mails and scam emails asking me to ship it and not ship it and whatnot, and it was basically scams. People weren't actually trying to buy it. So what I resorted to doing was basically divide and conquer, breaking up the sales of each PS3 game, because a lot of people started contacting me saying, you know, I want to buy just the PS3 game, I don't want to buy the whole bundle. So I came up with a price range which would give me the same price that I wanted to get. I initially wanted to make about $360. So that way I would get all the free content that I got, on top of that make $20 on the side, just for a safety net. $20 is really not that big of a deal, especially if you're buying and selling PS3s. You're not really doing it for the money, you're doing it more for the content, and if you want to sell the content, that's a lot of money as well. So what I did was I took the PS3 games out, and I looked at eBay, and I looked at GameStop, looked at their prices, and I priced my PS3 games at a value that was less than both eBay and GameStop. That way it's attractive to the buyer, but at the same time it gave me, when I totaled all the separate games up together, it gave me a total amount that was up to par with what I wanted to get all the way at the end. So the games might come up to $200 total, and then I'll sell the PS3 by itself for about $150, $160. That way I'll be able to get my $360. So basically tactic number 4 is that you don't have to necessarily sell all the bundle that you bought. You don't have to sell it all at the same time. You can still make that money from left and right, from one person here, one person there. That way in total it would add up to the amount that you originally made. So you have to have foresight, you have to be patient about it, you have to be persistent, and this would lead to the 5th video, which is the 10 guidelines for how to get free games.
You have 2 vids to click, so choose your pick and watch the video, but make sure you like it. Subscribe to this channel and you won't regret. Follow my social networks and you'll be all set. I'm Vigilante and you've been watching The Vigilante Effect.